Okay, moving on to 9.6, we're going to start to see these 3 by 4 matrices, and we'll see 3 variables, x, y, and z, and we'll see 3 equations. What we're going to do is we're going to practice using rref on a graphing calculator to solve these types of problems. We aren't going to look at the longhand method. We're going to mainly use our technology to solve these. Okay, so you can see I set one of these up here, and I just took off the coefficients because the x, y's, and z's were lined up. This is 3 rows by 4 columns. Okay, and then here on the second one, you have to be kind of careful because they leave some of the values out here. You know, there's no y value in this first equation, so it's maybe a good idea to put x, y, z and numbers here and then try to line things up. If you notice, even I make mistakes here, and you have to be careful. I had to scribble something out there. So data entry is going to be crucial here, and then we're going to use rref on our TI 84 graphing calculator. Now, when you use rref on your calculator, and I have this in your note packet too, it's going to be similar to the 2 by 3 matrices, but you know, here we'll look for that diagonal 1, 1, okay, and I'm going to just circle that in all of the cases, and we'll look at the comparison. You know, here I get the diagonal 1, 1, and so if I get the diagonal 1, 1, then that's one solution, and the solution ends up being the values over here for x, y, and z. Okay. Now, if I don't get the 1, 1, 1, there's 2 cases. All right, and it's very similar to the 2 by 3 matrix. Since I don't see the triple ones, I look down here and I say to myself, hey, does 0 equal 1? Okay, and the answer to that is no. No solution. Okay, over here I look and I say, does 0 equal 0? And yeah, always. Okay, which I associate with infinite. Okay, so it takes a little practice, and we're going to look at one of these in this video. We aren't going to do all of these because it just kind of is repetition for using your graphing calculator. Okay, so what I wanted to look at though was this one right here, C. Okay, and there's quite a bit of writing here, but this is how it looks on your note packet. All right. The reason I wanted to pick C here was because many students will forget how to change things into fraction form on their TI 84. So hopefully you've practiced doing this, and I'm going to try to adjust this a little bit here for us. Just hang on here. Okay. So you might not be able to see 100% of the keys, but if I get this adjusted a little better here, okay, I'm going to enter in the values into the matrix here. I have to set up my matrix, and I'll do that by going into matrix, and then I'll go to math, or I go to edit, excuse me. And once I have this here, I will put 3 by 4 matrix. And then I have to enter in all my values for C, and you can kind of see them here. 2, enter, and it's about as fast as you can type, you know, but be careful. Make sure you use the negative key and not the minus key. And I have all my values entered in. Okay. Now remember, I need to quit, so I'll quit. I'll go back to matrix. I'll go to math, and I'll hit the up arrow until I get rref highlighted, which is 5 times. And then I'm going to perform rref on matrix A. And what you notice here is I get a bunch of decimals. Okay. Now the Hawk system is not going to want the decimals, so it's pretty simple to change these into fractions. What I do is I hit this math key, and you see what's highlighted. It says fraction, and there's a little arrow, so I remember that means convert my answer to fractions, and I just hit enter, enter, and it converts them to fractions for me. Okay, you see the diagonal 1, 1, and then we get our solution of x, y, and z there. Okay, so practice that, and remember math, enter, enter to switch things into fraction form. And like I said, we're not going to do all of these here. You can look through your note packet and see the different ones that arrive here. No solution. You know, here E comes out a little nicer with some clean numbers that aren't fractions. Okay. Well, we'll move on and look at the application problems from 9.6. Thanks.